Winter is upon us, and the boys of Caribou County have divided their attention between the mats and the hardwood. Tonight, we put our focus onto the basketball court for another thrilling edition of Caribou County basketball. It doesn't matter if you put on the red and black of Soda Springs, the red and gray of Grace, or the purple of North Gem. When it comes to Caribou County basketball, the Bear is colorblind in its coverage, bringing you every dive into the bench, every shot from the outside, and every pass to the paint, as the boys of the county fight, scratch, and claw their way towards the hope of an appearance at the state tournament. It's boys basketball in Caribou County right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Sports on KBRV are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, Agrium, feeding the world responsibly, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting. Now, let's turn our attention to the court as we send it to the voice of Caribou County, Caleb Burgraff.
And we are once again on the air live from Marsh Valley High School. For the third time this week, the Soda Springs Cardinals are trying to come away with a victory. 3 straight wins needed to take the district title, and it all comes down to tonight. They've won 2 in a row, and if they can take down the Westside Pirates, they will be playing in the 8 o'clock game Thursday night next week at the state tournament at Capitol High School. A big deal for these kids that have never been to that point before and are looking to try and get into that late night game. And for Soda Springs, with a fairly young team taken to the court, that is definitely something that is on their minds, as they want that privilege, I guess the best way of saying it, of playing in the nightcap. The same thing goes for the Westside Pirates, who in the last 3 seasons have lost to this Soda Springs team in this championship game twice, and it all comes down to this one. And for the Pirates, it comes down to a matter of pride. I was talking to Joshua King, one of the senior leaders for the Westside Pirates, and he said, you know, win or loss, we don't really care necessarily about the 1 seed or the 2 seed coming out of the district. We just want to beat Soda. It's a matter of pride and proving that when it matters most, we can take down this team. We'll hear more from Josh King as we continue on in the pregame show, as well as from Brent Erickson, the head coach of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Also, Thane Atkins, a senior at Soda Springs High School, will be joining us here on the pregame show as well. Plenty to come your way as we get you set for the District 5 championship game at Marsh Valley High School on KBRV 800 The Bear, with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 25th through March 2nd in Soda Springs. We start off by looking at their bone-in pork loin chops for $1.49 a pound. Don't forget about their Marie Callender lasagnas or chicken pot pies for $8.99. They also have Freshetta pizza varieties, 2 for $9, and 3-pound packages of mandarin tangerines at $3.99 each. Wrap it all up with fresh whole pineapples at $2.99 each, and you have yourselves a great meal. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Crowds are starting to file in here to Marsh Valley High School on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online, of course, at mylocalradio.com, where you can watch a live video stream of tonight's action between the West Side Pirates and the Soda Springs Cardinals. And we welcome you here into the pregame show as we continue to march our way down towards the start of tonight's contest. It's time for us to jump into our standout student, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. And our standout student this week is going to be Thane Atkins, a senior at Soda Springs High School. We'll hear his comments right after this word from our sponsors on your home for Cardinal Sports.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Caleb Burgraff here with our standout student from Soda Springs High School. Thane Atkins is good enough to join us here, and you're a senior at Soda Springs High School. What's the senior year been like for you so far, Thane?
For the most part, it's been pretty mellow. Just a lot of schoolwork and focusing on wrapping up the school year and making a lot of life decisions that'll have an impact in the future. But really, it's just been keeping my focus on school and staying on the right path.
It's always kind of tough when you get to that senior year to keep yourself on track. Have you been able to fight off the senioritis and been able to really keep yourself focused?
Yes, actually, I've got a really interesting and integrating curriculum this last few semesters, and so it's been actually very easy for me to just really enjoy what I've been doing.
What are some of the classes that you've been taking, and what's your favorite subjects to really get into?
Classes I'm taking there that really stand out in my mind are calculus and physics. Those are definitely my two favorite. Calculus just because it's high-level math, and I do enjoy math. It's not necessarily my strong point, but I really do enjoy it. And physics because it applies a lot to what I'm doing in the future, and also I really enjoy the real-world application that it provides and just the all-around thing that I'm learning.
Physics and calculus and mathematics in general really go together too, so that always helps a little bit in kind of tying your interests together. What about teachers here at the school? Who are some of the teachers that you've enjoyed taking classes with while you've been here?
I would have to say McMurray definitely stands out in my mind just because of the actually things that he's instilled in me, and that would be grit and a desire to learn and really a confidence in the capability and asking questions that wouldn't otherwise be asked. And so I don't necessarily have a favorite teacher, but there are definitely those that stand on my mind in the way that they've definitely taught me life lessons, and McMurray is at the foremost of that.
When you look at teachers, after 12 years of schooling now, what makes a good teacher to you? If you had to walk into a classroom at the college level when you move on there, what do you want to see in a teacher?
In a teacher, I would definitely like to see a desire to really get involved with the students in the classroom and really get them out of their comfort zone, force them to learn, ask questions, and to really find for themselves, much like the world would in a job and that sort of thing, to be, very involved and pushy, forcing them to really step out of their comfort zone and make them learn, really.
Outside of school, there's always more stuff to keep yourself busy. You don't participate in athletics and you don't do a lot of stuff with the school, but you still keep yourself busy with work outside of school. What do you do for fun, though, when it comes to entertaining yourself outside of the classroom?
Outside of the classroom, I like to spend time with my one friend. However, I don't do that a whole lot. The other time when I'm at home, I'm actually either reading or I go outside. I spend a lot of time outside hiking, and I'm an avid skier, both cross-country and downhill, but my favorite sport would definitely be downhill mountain biking.
Awesome stuff there, and you're going to have a lot of chances to do that in the place you chose to go to college to, because up in Moscow, plenty of outdoor country sitting up there. Talk about why you decided to go to the University of Idaho and what you're going to be doing up there.
Up at the University of Idaho, the focus that was really there for me was the fact that it offers the NROTC program and its involvement in that area, but also its quality as a college in the engineering and sciences departments. And so that's really was the focus. I'm not necessarily looking a whole lot for the college environment. I feel like I have very few close relationships, potentially as roommates and professors and whatnot, but beyond that, I don't expect much. As far as the town and will be sort of thing. But the primary focus was, again, just what the school has to offer in regards to my degree and the NROTC program.
And, of course, the NROTC, the Navy Reserve Officer Training Corps, which is something that I'm assuming you're planning on getting into after all this is over, too.
Yeah, my grandfather had a huge focus in the military. That's what he was involved with. And so that's one of the foremost reasons that I'm going there and looking forward to getting involved with that system, definitely.
We'll wrap it all up with this final question for you, Thane, and that's looking at Soda Springs High School. When you leave here, what's going to be one of the things that you look back on and really enjoy about your time here in Soda Springs?
I think I'm definitely going to like the scenery, but also I'll look upon my time with Borden, I think, definitely as fond times primarily. I really don't get out a whole lot, and so that time that I spend with Borden is really kind of filled my time. I don't expect to really lose anything else in the way of reading and going outside and working and that sort of thing, so I think that's something that I'll really cherish for a long time.
Well, Thane, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with us. You're a standout student for this week, and good luck in your future endeavors as you move on and head up to Moscow.
Thank you.
That was senior Thane Atkins from Soda Springs High School here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and it was a wonderful interview that I had with him, and we wish him the best of luck as he moves on into the NROTC training program at the University of Idaho in Moscow as he moves on to continue his life outside of high school. We'll take another break. That was your Standout Student, brought to you by Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs, a proud sponsor of all the Standout Students in Caribou County. We'll take one more break. When we come back, we're going to jump into our coaches show, and Brent Erickson from the Soda Springs Cardinals will be talking with us as always, and Joshua King of the Westside Pirates, one of the senior leaders for this team, will be sitting down and talking with us as well. Back with his comments after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the pregame show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. 11 and a half minutes until the start of tonight's broadcast, and we have our coaches show coming up as Joshua King and Brent Erickson sat down and talked with us. Before we get into that too much, let's remind you that this game is being brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and clinics at 300 South, 3rd West in Soda Springs. Also being brought to you by Cum & Reichert Law Firm, a law firm focused on criminal defense and civil litigation, providing effective personalized representation for residents of Soda Springs and the surrounding areas. Visit them at their new office in Soda Springs at 61 East, 1st South, or give them a call at 208-909-5112. Joshua King from the Westside Pirates had a chance to sit down and talk with us in today's game, and we will have his comments coming up right now on your home for Cardinal Sports and Caribou County Athletics, KBRV 800 The Bear and mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Brent Erickson from the Soda Springs basketball team. And Coach, it's for all the marbles now as the Soda Springs. Caleb Burgraff joined here on the pregame show with Joshua King from the Westside Pirates. And a game that you guys did not want to have to play has come up here. It's the win, the final culmination of it all, I guess, for the district championship, the best way to say it. What are your thoughts coming into this game as a player, and what's the team's mentality coming into this game as well?
Well, we just got to forget how we played last time because we didn't come out how we wanted to, and so it's a whole new night. So we just got to come out and play our best and do our best and hope for the best.
With the history between you guys and Soda, it always seems like you guys play 5 games a year, especially since you've been in school. When you know a team that well, what changes in the way that you approach them on the court?
Well, you pretty much know what to expect and what they're going to do. You just got to go out and do what you've planned for and play your best and do your hardest because it's not really X and O's. It's more who wants it more and who plays better.
A game came down to the wire last time around. Free throws were something that really hurt the Westside team, though, in that game. What do you try and do to calm down the nerves in this game because it's not going to make it any easier going to the line with more pressure on you?
Well, I don't know. That's a hard question, but we just got to focus and try not to let it get to our heads and not think about it and just believe in ourselves and let it fly.
You're one of the big posts in this team. What is the post game like when you get down there trying to work against Henry Workman as well as Hiram Brown?
It's a challenge. They're very quick and they always have a good help side and good team defense, so you just got to be ready for it and look for the open man and stuff.
Who's a player on your team that you really need to have a great game tonight outside of yourself and Peyton, because everybody really looks to you guys as the main scorers? Who are some of the players that need to step up in their roles?
Well, I think everybody does, but it seems to be when Riley Long steps up big for us, we usually follow, and when he does well, the team does well, so it'd be nice to have him come out tonight.
Looking onto the other side, knowing who Soda's going to run out there onto the court, who do you need to shut down? Who's their main threat in your mind?
Well, they're all pretty good, and they all play pretty good basketball together, but last game, Ridge Thompson really took it to us, so tonight we're going to try to shut him down. So,
when you play a game here on a neutral site back-to-back times, now that you guys have a better feel for the court, better feel for the hoops here, does that help in getting you a little bit more comfortable and relaxed on the court?
I don't know. We've played here before and stuff, so we know what to expect, but it may be just a little bit because now it kind of starts bringing more into being a little bit used to it and stuff, so maybe a little bit.
We'll wrap it all up with this question, and looking forward to the state tournament. You guys have already qualified, so there's no pressure to necessarily get into the state tournament or worry about a play-in game. How much of a benefit do you think it would be to be playing in the 8 o'clock game versus the 1:15 game earlier in the day?
Well, I don't know. Either way, it's going to be a tough game, but it would always be nice to get that number 1 seed, especially since Soda's beaten us the last 2 years. So I don't know if it's so much as which game we want. It's more pride factor into getting Soda and finally getting the district championship.
Joshua, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. Good luck to the Pirates and good luck to yourself tonight, and hopefully it's a great game between the Cardinals and the Pirates.
Thank you.
That was senior Joshua King from the Westside Pirates on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online, of course, at mylocalradio.com. We're about 6.5 minutes away from the national anthem and starting lineups here at the District 5 championship game at Marsh Valley High School. And coming up next, Brent Erickson of the Soda Springs Cardinals will be joining us on the pregame show to talk a little bit about what the Cardinals need to do in order to come away with a win here tonight. Back after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Well, do not you like winter? Winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Agrium's mission is to help feed the world responsibly. A world of 7 billion people, growing to 9 billion by 2050. Agrium helps farmers meet this increasing demand by supplying the nutrients and products needed to grow healthy crops, which provides communities with food and income, leading to more investment in health, education, and infrastructure, while protecting the environment for future generations. Agrium, feeding the world responsibly.
Welcome back out to Marsh Valley High School on KBRV 800 The Bear. We're ticking slowly down towards the opening tip between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the Westside Pirates. We had a chance to talk with Brent Erickson on the pregame show and get his thoughts on what exactly the Cardinals need to do tonight, and he said it came down to one thing. We'll hear about what his thoughts are on that one thing when we come back here on the pregame show with his words right now on your home for Cardinal Hoops.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Brent Erickson from the Soda Springs basketball team. And Coach, it's for all the marbles now as the Soda Springs Cardinals taking on the Westside Pirates for the 5th time this year. And it seems like this is a new tradition for these two teams to make sure that they play each other as many times a year as they can. When you know a team this well, how do you approach a game like this when you head out onto the court?
Well, last night in practice, there's not really much you can work on at this point because we've played them so much and we know what they do. They know what we do. We just kind of went through shots from free throws, talked to the kids about being relaxed coming into this game with same confidence they did Monday and Wednesday, and going from there. We had a few sick. We sent Regis Thompson home. He wasn't looking too good, but he's looking a lot better today. And of course, Tanner Myers is still nursing a sore back, so he didn't do much last night in practice. But yeah, we're pretty comfortable with the spot we're in right now.
You look at the difference in where these two seeds will go. The 1 seed gets the 8 o'clock game. The 2 seed gets the 1:15 game. And while normally you wouldn't think that it's a big difference when you go to state, the difference on the sides of the bracket, defending state champion Firth as well as St. Mary's on one side. You have West Jefferson as the first-round game, and then not necessarily an easier team, but not necessarily a Firth on the other side as far as the next team you'd play. How important do you think it is for this team to win that game in order to give yourselves that easier road?
Well, we're not putting all the marbles on that, getting that first seed, but yeah, it is important. We're looking at it. It's fun to play that 8 o'clock game. You got a big crowd there at Capitol High School, and again, if you have to play that 1:15 game, you got to play St. Mary's, which will be a number 1 seed out of the first district, and then you got Firth sitting there that you'll have to face them in the semifinals. You're going to have to beat Firth one way or another. I think they're that good of a team this year. They'll be in the championship. But yeah, we're right now we're just focused on this game right here. We can't look ahead. We'll start planning for the team we play tomorrow. So right now we're still just focused on Westside.
Do you think having to go through a tough district tournament like this and having to play this many games and keep yourselves this fresh will give you an advantage going to state because you've had that tough of a road?
I definitely like it. These kids are young. You need to keep them playing. I think it's an advantage to them. Now when you get to the college level, they play a lot of minutes. It's a different there. You can give your kids breaks, and they need that, the rest. But at the high school level, I think it's about playing, all the time and having that court time, and makes a difference, the continuity of the team, the rhythm. Yeah, it's a big thing to play games like this and not sit out a full week just practicing, It's kind of like the first of the year, you practice, and then you have a game. But you like to be playing a lot. So, yeah, it's an advantage.
We'll wrap it all up with one question. What's one thing that needs to go right for you guys tonight to get the win?
What needs to go right? Defense. We need to, like we say, give a perfect effort out there and hustle on defense, as we need to continue to play defense.
Coach, thanks so much once again for the time, and hopefully we'll be talking next week about a trip to the 8 o'clock game at Capitol High School.
Thanks, Caleb.
You can be as lazy as the president. No, not golfing. In a brand new Lazy Boy recliner from Sanders Furniture and Appliance on Main Street in Soda Springs. They're celebrating President's Day all month long in the furniture department. Appliances, you say? Shop top name brand appliances, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana, with rebates and in-store savings. Sanders has the highest volume of inventory in their entire 80-year history. So shop for selection, shop for savings, or shop to be lazy. But shop this month at Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the District 5 championship game between the Westside Pirates and the Soda Springs Cardinals. As the starting lineup's being introduced, that gives us a chance to introduce them as well. Brought to you, of course, by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Home Health. And we start off with the visiting Westside Pirates wearing the dark maroon uniforms, as they're going to be led off by number 3, 5'7" senior Shaylor Thane. Number 10, 5'10" senior Riley Long. Number 12 is 6'2" senior Judd Ward. Number 13 is 6'2" senior Peyton Brown. And number 24 is 6'5" senior Joshua King for the Westside Pirates. Wearing the maroon uniforms, white numbers and lettering outlined in gold with white stripes down the side and Pirates written across the side of the shorts as well. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, wearing the home white uniforms and sitting to the left of our camera here, their starting lineup looks like this. Number 2 is 6' senior Tanner Myers. Number 3 is 5'11" senior Josh Balls. Number 5 is 5'11" senior Hiram Brown. Number 10 is 5'11" junior Ridge Thompson. And it's all wrapped up by the sophomore, High C as his family calls him, 6'4" sophomore Henry Workman. Cardinals will be working left to right to open this game out, and the Pirates will be working right to left on your radio dial and your video screens at mylocalradio.com. 8 minutes up on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard as the crowd starts up a chant of Henry, but he's going to be ousted on the tip as Josh King wins it over. Brought to you by the 3C Grill and Grace, and the Pirates will come up the middle of the court. Peyton Brown works to his right, pulls up at the elbow, kicks over to Shaylor Thane, wide open in the right corner for 3. Can't find the bottom of the basket. Henry Workman reaches in for the rebound, and he's going to be fouled on the play as well, which is going to send a inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals from the far side of the court to bring it forward right to left on your video screens. Workman gets his first rebound of the game. The foul is picked up by Peyton Brown. It's his first. An already aggressive play by both these teams in the early going. Tanner Myers at the top of the key, skips a pass over to Ridge Thompson. Inside to Josh Balls, who drives baseline, fires one underneath to Hiram Brown, who has it poked away from him by Josh King. And with 7 minutes and 27 seconds left to go, the score remains 0-0 with the Cardinals getting set for another Mountain View Dental inbounds play underneath their own basket. On the right side of the basket, Josh Balls to inbound, flips one out. It'll be taken by Henry Workman at the free throw line, and he gives back over to Tanner Myers. Off to Thompson on the left side wing, guarded out there by Riley Long. Thompson will back the ball out near half court. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Still no score. Cardinals looking to strike first. Josh Balls goes over to his right. Kicks one underneath to Tanner's going to go over to Henry Workman. And the ball inside is going to be passed to Hiram Brown, but poked away. Back up to Henry at the free throw or 3-point line on the wing. Gives over to Thompson. He'll pump fake there, goes to his left, picks up his dribble, 15 feet away, steps up and is blocked away by Riley Long. The rebound ends up in the hands of Shaler Thane, who brings it all the way up himself. Underneath pass to a wide open Judd Ward, who lays it up and in, and the Pirates strike first on your Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard as they lead 2-0 over the Cardinals with a minute and a half gone by. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Josh Balls in the corner, gives up top to Rich Thompson. Great defensive pressure being applied by the Pirates as they're not letting anybody really get out of their sight. Josh Balls gets the ball in the corner, drives baseline, floats up a teardrop, no good. Rebounded by Joshua King underneath the basket, and then thrown away by the Pirates on the first turnover of the game. Westside with their first will give it back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals with another inbounds play coming up on the near side as Hiram Brown will get set to lob the ball in to Rich Thompson, who brings it forward left to right. Crosses half court, 6 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. Thompson picks up his dribble down low underneath the Myers, who pump fakes, goes up, and is going to have a jump ball called as they're going to say Shaler Thane tied up the basketball underneath. That's your first Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball of the game. And it'll be up to Josh Balls for another inbound underneath the basket. Looks to his right, nobody breaks open until finally he gets it to Tanner Myers. He spins, rises from 16, short off the side of the rim. Offensive rebound is put up by Hiram Brown. Ball still loose after he misses his second chance, and Peyton Brown comes away with the basketball off of the defensive rebound. On the right side, Riley Long drives in, teardrop drops through the rim. You heard Joshua King talking about Riley Long being the main player for this West Side team. And a big key to the game is he's going to force a steal here as well. Riley Long, underneath pass is going to be laid up and short by Shaler Thane as he can't quite finish it off as the Cardinals turn the ball over for the first time in the game as well. Underneath, it'll be Hiram Brown. Outside, Josh Balls for three. Cans it home. The Cardinals are on the board as Josh Balls gets them there. It's a 4-3 ball game on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard with just under 3 minutes gone by. And the West Side Pirates will skip the ball around the outside of the circle. Riley Long left wide open for three. He hits another one. Riley Long answers right back to the three-point basket from Josh Balls, and it's 7-3. Westside on top by 4, and Ridge Thompson will come over to the near side wing with the basketball for the Cardinals. Down by 4 points. Early going here, though, as Ridge goes into the paint, kicks outside. Josh Balls open again off the side of the rim. No good, and rebounded by Joshua King. And the Pirates can build on what is a 2-possession lead right now. Peyton Brown, inside pass, goes to Judd Ward. He lays one up, contact, but no foul call by the officials as Henry Workman gets his second rebound and gives up ahead to the ball being brought forward by Tanner Myers. He goes between legs, stripped away by Shaler Thane on the second steal by Westside in the game. And Riley Long will bring it forward for the Pirates. Pulls up on the wing. Skips his pass into Joshua King. He'll rise from the elbow. That's short, well off the front of the rim, and the ball bounces right into the hands of Tanner Myers. Kicks one up ahead to Ridge Thompson. He'll find a short 15-foot jumper from the corner. That's no good, and rebounded by Riley Long, who has the ball poked out of his hands and out of bounds. It'll remain with the Soda Springs with the West Side Pirates to inbound from the right side of the court on the baseline underneath the Cardinals basket. Subs come into the game as Kyle Olson will check in, as well as Will Kress for the Cardinals. Taking a seat is going to be Ridge Thompson as well as Tanner Myers. Into the game as well for the Pirates will check Kyle Nielsen, and he'll replace Riley Long, who gets a breather on the bench. 7-3 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard as the West Side Pirates will inbound the basketball and bring it straight up the center of the court. Thane goes to a pass into the corner, picked up there by Nielsen, picks up his dribble after one, and goes off to Peyton Brown. Inside pass down to King. He'll try and work his way underneath, loses his footing. Ball bounces out to Thane, who's going to bring it up to the wing and centers it towards the top of the key. Halfway through the first quarter, 7-3, the score stuck for the last minute or so. The Pirates on top by 4. They'll swing it to the right side. Nielsen rises for a three of his own. He cans it home. Kyle Nielsen makes it a 10-4 game. The Cardinals trailing by 6 as they look to try and answer back. Only one field goal in the game so far for Soda Springs as Hiram Brown goes to his left, drives inside, and is going to be fouled on the drive as he went straight at Kyle Nielsen. And Kyle picks up his first foul, the second team foul on the Pirates. No team fouls on the Cardinals as of yet with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go, and it's another Mountain View Dental inbounds play for Soda. To the far side, Kyle Olson takes the basketball and centers it at the top of the key. Gives back to the left wing where Josh Balls brings it back around between the two rings. Walks it all the way to the right side wing. Goes up top to Will Kress, swings it to Olson. He'll take it in the corner. Pass inside, picked off by Joshua King. He's going to run the court himself all the way to the hoop. Maybe got away with the travel on his way to the basket, but it's not going to matter as he's fouled on the play and on the put-up. He's going to end up having a pair of free throws coming up at the line. King, a right-handed free throw shooter, fouled on the play by Kyle Olson. It's his first foul, and the first team foul on the Cardinals as well. King struggled at the free throw line in the last time these two teams played as he went 1 for 5 in the game, and he makes the first free throw here. I was talking to him about being able to make the free throws in a pressure situation, and he's able to knock home the first one there in the pregame show. We talked about that, and he said, it just comes down to making sure we're composed and cool at the line. 30-second timeout taken by the Cardinals as they want to talk things over. We'll take this moment to let you know that the Soda Springs wrestling team is doing fairly well over at the state tournament. I was over there earlier today watching some of the wrestlers take part in their matches. And right now, one Soda Springs wrestler is in the semifinals. That is Stephen Fryer, won both of his matches by pins. Dylan Farnes is 2-1, won his first match, lost his first match, won his second, and then won his third as well. Devin Adams won his first, lost his second, and then won his third. Jacob Housley went 0-2. Nathan Lau went 1-2 as he was able to win his second match against a kid from Grangeville. And up at the 98-pound weight class, Kelby John, the lightest wrestler on the Soda Springs team, went 2-1 as well. Won his first, lost his second, and won his third match. So 5 Soda Springs wrestlers still in the action at the state championships in Pocatello this weekend. They'll be back in the action tomorrow. Back out to the action here. It's now a 9-point lead for the Westside Pirates, 12-3 after Joshua King knocks home his second free throw. And with 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go, the Cardinals still looking for their second field goal in the game. Working the ball around the outside against a zone defense being played by Westside. Josh Ball swings it over to Henry Workman, who takes it in the corner. He'll lob a pass back up top to Olson, kicks one to Josh Balls, and he will hold on to the basketball for a moment. Gets it back, ball swung back to Olson. Cardinals again struggling to try and find a gap inside this zone defense, being stretched to the outside. A tough 2-3 zone from a very long and lanky defensive team on the west side of the ball. Ball skips one far side, almost picked off by Josh King. Olson will find some room, puts a shot off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Josh Balls, puts up a shot blocked away and rebounded underneath by Hiram Brown. A jump ball is going to be whistled after he got the rebound, and it will be Soda Springs basketball on the inbounds play after the Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball. I thought this one should have been into the hands of the Westside Pirates if it was a jump ball that was going to be called. But regardless, it will be the Cardinals to inbound the basketball. Josh lobs one deep. Kyle Olson takes it and gives off to Tanner Myers. He finds Olson once again at the top of the key, gives back to Tanner, back to Kyle. They'll swing it to Dylan Downs in the wing. Up top to Josh. Again, great ball movement by the Cardinals. A lot of touches for the members of the team, but it's not finding them much on the inside. Balls just avoids giving the ball back into the hands of the Pirates and finds Dylan Downs before getting it back on the wing. Back to Dylan. He'll rise for a quick 3-ball high in the air. It's short off the front of the rim. Olson has the rebound come all the way back out to him just to the right of the top of the key. Hits a triple, and Kyle Olson's offensive putback from beyond the arc gets the Cardinals back within 12-6 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard with just under 2 minutes left to go. 1:46 to be exact on the scoreboard as the Pirates will again work the ball around. Josh King takes the ball on the right side wing, almost turns it over, gets it back after Tanner Myers poked it away and finds Peyton Brown at the top of the key. He hands off to Quinn Fuller, who walks to his left, gives back to Peyton. He'll take one step inside, underneath pass to Meek, who lays one up and in. Beautiful cut by Meek along the right side of the lane, and Peyton Brown knew where he was going to be and gave it to him for the easy layup. 1 minute and 16 seconds to go now as the clock continues to wind. Will Crest for a three for the Cardinals. Well long off the backside. Rebounded by Josh King on the backside of the rim and brought back forward by Riley Long, who stripped to the basketball by Josh Balls. Westside second turnover of the quarter. Up the court, Tanner Myers runs it, and he's going to miss the shot as the rebound comes all the way outside of Joshua King, who's able to save it from going out of bounds and Peyton Brown will slow the offense down with under a minute to go. An 8-point lead for the West Side Pirates, 14-6 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. Peyton Brown stands near half court. Clock continues to wind down as Josh Balls comes back out. And Peyton just continues to let the clock wind down as the 5-second count initiated, comes off, and the pass goes over to Riley Long on the right side. Riley holds on to it as well, waits for the 5-second count to come close, then uses his dribble, drives to his right along the sideline, all the way to the hoop, lays one up, and softly in. Riley Long with 7 points, the best game he's had by far against the Cardinals this season. And all of a sudden, the lead is up to 10, 16-6 over the Soda Springs Cardinals, biggest men in the game. Tanner Myers will rise on his own from the wing. Can't get it to go from 19 feet. Peyton Brown with the rebound underneath the basket, and he'll bring the ball forward himself. Kicks one up ahead to Meeks. Almost loses the ball. Fires one up late off the buzzer. It won't count, and we head into the second quarter with a 16-6 lead in favor of the West Side Pirates on your home for Soda Springs Cardinals Hoops. KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com. Back with the second quarter of play after this on your home for Cardinal basketball.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Agrium's mission is to help feed the world responsibly. A world of 7 billion people, growing to 9 billion by 2050. Agrium helps farmers meet this increasing demand by supplying the nutrients and products needed to grow healthy crops, which provides communities with food and income, leading to more investment in health, education, and infrastructure, while protecting the environment for future generations. Agrium, feeding the world responsibly.
Welcome back out to Marsh Valley High School on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as the start of the second quarter sees the Cardinals down 16-6 as they were only able to cash in on 2 offensive buckets. The offense has definitely been struggling in the early going of this one from the field, and part of that is credited to the defense being played by the West Side Pirates as they have been everywhere on the court. A zone defense with the long, lanky arms that they have is definitely a challenge for the Cardinals to find ways to get the ball in to that zone, and without the height that they normally have seen, with Will Sims sitting on the bench with the ACL injury that he suffered earlier this year, then it's definitely a point of concern for the Cardinals against this West Side squad. Soda Springs will have Riley Harris into the game now to start out the second quarter of play, maybe trying to counter that longer, lanky team that the Pirates have been putting onto the court, as he will match up against Judd Ward on the far side and a man defense being played by the Cardinals. Ridge Thompson will guard the inbounds play as the West Side Pirates will come up the right side. Kick pass into the right side wing taken by Riley Long, who's got 7 points in the game. Underneath he goes to Joshua King, who finds Judd Ward on the left side of the lane, and he lays it up and in. That could be your play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs, as that builds the lead up to 12 for the Pirates. Kyle Olson at the top of the key, one dribble to his right, gives to Dylan Downs now. Back to Kyle Olson. Cardinals again shifting the ball around the outside as Ridge Thompson will come up well short on a shot from the near side that is out of bounds, last touched underneath the basket by Riley Harris, I believe, who had to go off of his knees as he tried to grasp the ball, and back into the hands of the West Side Pirates to bring forward 18-6. They're tripling up the Cardinals right now here at Marsh Valley in the District 5 championship game. To the right side wing, Judd Ward holds onto the basketball, fakes a pass in, now comes out to Shaler Thain. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Peyton Brown takes the ball in the near side wing and goes between the legs as he backs his way up. Goes to his right, spins into the lane. Underneath pass is going to be picked up down there by Judd Ward. He's fouled on the floor as the Cardinals reached around and grasped him, and that's a couple of times now the Cardinals have been able to close in underneath on the paint, but the West Side Pirates are still finding open bodies inside. Foul goes on Ridge Thompson, second team foul on the Cardinals. 2 team fouls apiece as Westside has another Mountain View Dental inbounds play. Picked up by Riley Long. He'll find Peyton Brown open on the near side wing for 3. Too strong off the back of the rim. And a foul's going to be whistled, I believe, against Judd Ward for a push. And he comes up with his first foul to give the Cardinals the basketball back. Clock winds to under 7 minutes to go as the Cardinals will be inbounding the basketball from underneath their own basket. 18-6 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard with 6 minutes and 53 seconds left to go. Ridge Thompson brings it forward. He'll pick up his dribble, looks to his left, gives off to Dylan Downs, and he finds Olson on the left side wing. Kyle tries to drive, goes to his left, pulls up from about 10 feet, drops one up and down. He gets the friendly roll. That could be your shot of the game, brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. And one opportunity for Kyle Olson, who's got 5 points in the game, as Shaler Thane picks up his first foul for the West Side Pirates, and it sends Olson to the free throw line for the right-handed shooter. Kyle, of course, the main player for the Cardinals in the win against Westside on Wednesday, as he was the one who dropped in the go-ahead bucket as the buzzer sounded. Can't get the free throw to drop down here as Judd Ward comes up with a defensive rebound underneath the basket. Gives up ahead to Peyton Brown with 6.5 minutes to go. Brown goes to his right. King swings it to the wing. They'll go into the corner where it's taken again by Long. Underneath King, flies down to the floor as he finds it to Long. Outside, Brown feeds it to Thane, who banks it in from the top of the key. Shaler Thane answering back point for point with what the Cardinals have done. 21-8 now. It's a 13-point lead for Westside, matching their biggest of the game. Soda Springs continuing to try and get the offense working, though. We'll give it off to Olson on the right side. He'll go to his right away from a screen from Ridge Thompson. Now gives back to Ridge, who goes to his left. Kicks outside to Tanner Myers. The senior looks to his right and gives to Olson. He'll stand on the wing, working left to right on your radio dials and video screens as Olson spins. Gets cut off. Gives outside once again to Thompson, who backs up near half court. Standing over on the left side, walks it towards the middle. Picks up his dribble. Nobody breaking open for a moment. The ball poked away and picked up by Tanner Myers. Drives all the way into the lane, rises, fires up a shot off the back of the rim, tipped outside on the rebound. Last touch by the Westside Pirates, and Soda Springs will keep possession of the basketball barely on a play where Tanner Myers got cut off on his way to the hoop. It'll be Josh Balls to inbound the basketball on the far side with another Mountain View Dental inbounds play as he finds Ridge Thompson in the backcourt to jog it forward. Guarded by Riley Long on the outside. The senior forces the junior to pass off to Dylan Downs. Inside pass to Josh Balls is going to find him dropping one in from the left side block. Josh with 5 points in the game as he and Kyle Olson have combined for all the points for the Cardinals. It's 21-10, an 11-point lead for the Pirates. Inside, Ward takes the ball down on the right block. Passes it outside to Long on the wing. Drives to his right. Ball down to the elbow or down to the block. Throws the ball away right into the hands of Tanner Myers. Tanner's going to try and bring it up quickly, then dribbles the ball off his own leg and out of bounds back to Westside. The Cardinals get the turnover and maybe tried to be too aggressive with the basketball on the way up the sideline and give it right back into the hands of the Pirates to inbound from the near sideline. It'll be Peyton Brown to do the inbounding this time as he stands in front of his own bench, in front of his own father with Tyler Brown looking on. And Shaler Thane will bring it forward as he crosses the timeline and gives up ahead to Judd Ward, just to the left of the key. Gives to the right side. Meek takes the basketball there and gives back over to Peyton Brown. Comes out to relieve it. He and Riley Long standing beside each other, and the handoff goes to Long. 21-10 with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Shaler Thane almost goes backcourt. Now he will as he steps on the side on the half-court line. And the West Side fans not happy with it, but his foot definitely crossed that black line, and it crosses it over and turns it back into the hands of the Soda Springs Cardinals with the fourth West Side turnover of the game. Reg Thompson will bring the basketball up the court as he crosses half court and gives up ahead to Dylan Downs. Looking to his right, Dylan tries to drive, backs his way in, pulls up, puts around a fadeaway, turnaround, somehow gets it to go from 12 feet. Dylan Downs, poor shot selection, but a great result for the Cardinals, and it cuts it to a single-digit lead once again, 21-20, with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Riley Long with the ball on the right side wing, drives to his right, kicks out to Meeks, who hands it outside the three-point line. Underneath to Ward, tiptoes the sidelines, and a pass outside to Brown is going to be poked away by the Cardinals, and it will remain West Side inbound, brought to you by Mountain View Dental. Joshua King checks back into the game. as Meek checks out of the game. Olson checks back in for the Cardinals as Dylan Downs will take a seat on the bench for Soda Springs as well. Peyton Brown to inbound, finds Shaler Thane, who's picked up by Ridge Thompson before giving the ball off to Long. Inside pass, Josh King was expected to cut into the lane. Nobody cut in, and the ball goes through the back of the end line and into the hands of the Cardinals with the third turnover of the quarter by the West Side Pirates. Thompson to his left, pulls up on the elbow, gives up top to Tanner Myers, who's going to sprint this one back and picks it up in the backcourt as the Cardinals will get an over and back call on a lackadaisical effort by Tanner Myers in receiving a pass from Ridge Thompson that cost the Cardinals a possession. 21-12 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go as the clock continues to sit halfway through the second quarter of play. Pirates inbound the ball. Thane bounces one off to Long. He'll hold it on the wing, goes inside. King turnaround jumper is down and good. Counted in the foul. Joshua King with his 4th point of the game will be stepping to the line. He had 13 points and 9 rebounds. Easily the best game for the West Side Pirates the last time these two teams faced on Wednesday. And the right-handed shooter is going to step to the line once again here, where he is 2 for 2 tonight. 23-12, Pirates on top by 11. And trying to make it 12, King will put up the free throw. That kicks off the back of the rim and down. And the Pirates back up by 12 against the Cardinals, 24-12 on your Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. Ridge Thompson to his left, almost got away with a push, but they're going to call a foul against the Pirates. Called on Riley Long. It's going to be Riley's first foul. 5th team foul on the West Side Pirates, so they're starting to approach getting into some foul trouble. And Soda Springs will inbound the basketball back deep to Ridge Thompson, who stands near half court. Looks to his right, gives to Kyle Olson. Olson gets it back to Thompson. He stands in between the two rings before giving back to Olson. Inside pass into Hiram Brown. Takes one dribble, steps to the hoop. Underneath passes to Tanner Myers, who's fouled on his way up. And he gets the and one basket. Tanner Myers coming up with a huge play as Soda Springs cuts it back to a 10-point lead for the Pirates and can complete the and one opportunity here to get it back to single digits. 24-14 on the 6th team foul by the Pirates as Joshua King picks up his first. 6 team fouls, all of them spread out individually through the Pirates as no one's picked up more than 1 for either team in this game. Myers, free throw up, and he completes the 3-point play for his first baskets of the game. And Soda Springs back within 9, 24-15 against the Pirates. West Side will bring it forward with Quinn Fuller taking the point. Gives off to the right side. Long comes up top. They'll swing it to the left wing. Held on to there. And moved around back to Long on the right side wing. Pirates showing some patience. Fuller at the top of the key. Backs it out. Looks to the bench for the play call, and now goes to his left. Gives off to Peyton Brown, who swings it to Long, gets it all the way to the corner where Judd Ward floats one inside to Brown. He'll take it on the block. Pump fakes, goes up, fouled on the way up, and Peyton Brown's going to step to the free throw line this time with a pair coming up. Peyton, yet to score in the game so far, does have a pair of rebounds. Kyle Olson's going to pick up his 2nd foul and the 4th team foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals in the game. Peyton's first free throw up, no good. Kicks off the back of the rim and back into Peyton's hands. 24-15 the score remains. He can still make it a double-digit lead if he makes this one at 25-15 if he can knock it home. Right-handed shooter. Fires and drops that one in. Makes it 25-15 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. And it's back over to the Cardinals to bring it forward on another Mountain View Dental inbounds play. Only 1 rebound in this quarter for either of these two teams. There's a lot of out-of-bounds basketballs, but neither team's been really able to take advantage of the lack of shooting. It's been a much better scoring for a second quarter of play as well. As we get to 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go, Will Kress picks up his dribble, gives to Josh, back to Will. He pump fakes in the corner, underneath Myers, gets trapped, gives to Josh. They'll find Kress on the wing, skip it back to the other side as they reverse field and give it to Olson. Josh Balls gets it back, goes back to Kyle, back to Josh. Again, great ball move by the Cardinals inside as Will Kress driving to the hoop. They're going to call a foul on the floor as Will Kress will have 1-and-1 free throws coming his way, though, as he did a great job of just drawing the contact. The foul is going to be picked up on the play by Josh King. It's his 2nd foul. And with 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go, Joshua King will check out as into the game goes Tyler Meek. 1 free throw coming up for Will Kress with a chance at 1 more. And the Cardinals down by 10 Dylan Downs will now check in for the Cardinals as we have another holdup. As he checks into the right side of the lane, Tanner Myers will take a seat on the bench. And the right-handed shooting Will Kress will step to the line. 6'2" senior, crouches, fires, and this one good to earn another one. Gets it back to a 9-point game. Cardinals have trailed by as many as, I believe, 13 was the most that they trailed by in this game so far. Cutting into this lead slowly as the second free throw just rolls off the rim and Meek gets the board. He gives up ahead. Thane brings it up the right side wing. Tries to drive in. Underneath, passed away. Wide open layup from Judd Ward. Nobody near him as Ward gets his sixth point of the game, and the Cardinals are back down by 11, 27-16. Olsen holds the ball in between the two circles. 2:02 left to go as Josh Balls takes it and goes to his left. Tries to drive in. Stutter steps down before finding Hiram Brown inside the three-point arc. Outside to Kyle Olsen. Pump fakes. Finds Will Kress. Inside pass taken by Hiram Brown. Poked away from him. Gets it back. Loses it. Now a foul's going to be called inside as Judd Ward and Hiram Brown got tangled up down low. We'll see who the foul goes on. It looks like Hiram Brown's going to be taking free throws here at the line as it's Judd Ward who picks up his second foul and the 8th team foul on the West Side Pirates with 1 minute and 48 seconds to go. Hiram also yet to score so far in the game. We'll have free throws coming up. The Cardinals 2 for 4 so far on the night. 1 minute and 48 left to go in the second quarter. Brown fires. Off to the right side of the rim. No good. Olsen with the board, though. Throws it away into the hands of Peyton Brown as the Cardinals get their 5th turnover of the game, and it'll be picked up the court by Peyton. He gives outside to Fuller. And Quinn will hold on to it for a moment before giving off to Shaler Thane. Goes to the right side corner. Ward gives back up top to Fuller, who finds Thane at the top of the key. They'll move it to Peyton Brown. Holds it with one hand extended from his body before giving up top to Ward. To the right side now, back to Thane. Cardinals defense keeping around the three-point line as they trade off as Thane tries to drive, gives outside to Brown. He pump fakes, gives inside to Ward. Inside 15 feet, bounces it inside to Meek, and Meek is going to be fouled on his way to the hoop as he cut into the lane, and Tyler Meek, who's already got 2 points in the game, will have 2 more free throws coming up. Will Kress picks up his first foul, the 5th team foul on the Cardinals. And Meek's first free throw up and good. The senior with 3 points now gets it back to a 12-point lead at 28-16. Cardinals offense has been much better in this second quarter, but it was still a rather large hole they dug for themselves after the first quarter of play, trailing 16-6 at that point. Since then, it has been a 10-13 quarter with Westside cashing in on both of those free throws from Tyler Meek and building up to a 29-16 lead, matching the biggest of the game. Kress gives back up top to Josh. Bounce pass down low to Hiram Brown, who gets Will Kress the ball, who skips one off of the back of the rim and rebounded by Shaler Thane on the backside. Up ahead, they'll fire one through the fingertips of number 32, who I do not have on my roster for the Westside Pirates, as he can't control the basketball and turns it right back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals. Ball brought up by Josh. As Balls goes to his left, kicks one to Downs, who has it poked away from him by Shaler Thane, and it'll be another Mountain View Dental inbounds play on the far sideline for Soda Springs, working on the right side of the court. Josh, with the right-handed dribble, gets to his junior teammate, and Kyle Olsen, he rises for 3, no good off the back of the rim. Peyton Brown with another rebound for the Pirates, his 3rd of the game. And with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter, Westside looks like they're going to slow the pace down a little bit as Thane takes the ball near half court, and the senior point guard will hold on to it till it drops to 20 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind down as Thane reverses to the near side. It still stands near half court. Defense spread out. Man defense being played by the Cardinals as Olsen taps the court with his hands, and Thane tries to drive on him. Gets cut off on the way to the hoop. Brown takes in the corner, rises for 3, off of the back of the rim. No good. Putback missed by Long, and another putback is missed by Shaler Thane as it didn't drop through the cylinder in time. And we will head into the halftime break with the Cardinals trailing by 13, 29-16 to the Westside Pirates. We'll be back with more here on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
You can be as lazy as the president. No, not golfing. In a brand new Lazy Boy recliner from Sanders Furniture and Appliance on Main Street in Soda Springs. They're celebrating President's Day all month long in the furniture department. Appliances, you say? Shop top name brand appliances, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with rebates and in-store savings. Sanders has the highest volume of inventory in their entire 80-year history. So shop for selection, shop for savings, or shop to be lazy. But shop this month at Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Did you just look down at your phone? You did it again, didn't you? You know, you're flying down the road in a 3-ton hunk of steel, and a text takes your eyes off the road for an average of 5 seconds. At 55 miles per hour, that's long enough to travel the length of a football field and cause some serious damage. Turn it off. Trust me, whatever it is, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It's halftime for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and that means we're going to take a break and get back to our Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show after this word from our sponsor. Right here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
Welcome back out into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. It's a 29-16 lead for the West Side Pirates on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard here at the halftime break. And we take a look at how we got to this point in time. It really all goes to the West Side Pirates and the extra hustle that they've put out there onto the court to this point in time, as they lead by 13 points. And it started off that way really for the West Side Pirates, as they were able to build up to a 10-3 lead against the Soda Springs Cardinals, up to a 12-3 lead, in fact, after the Cardinals were able to get only one basket in the early going. Kyle Olson was able to respond back and get it to a 12-6 game with a three-point shot of his own, but West Side would put off 4 more points to take that 10-point lead into the second half of play. After that, in the second half, the Cardinals would start to wake up a little bit on the court, but the out-hustling would continue as they chipped it down to a 9-point game several times. But in the end, it would be Westside going on a late run to build it back to a 13-point lead, and part of that has been due to free throw shooting, as they have gone 6 for 7 from the free throw line so far in this game, and they've held on to the basketball as well. Both teams have actually done a very good job of composing themselves and holding on to it. The Cardinals just not shooting very well from the field when they've gotten their opportunities, and they've been cut off from some of their shots as well. 29-16, the score sits right now. We'll take another break, come back with a look at the first half stats for these two teams on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys?
You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 25th through March 2nd in Soda Springs. We start off by looking at their bone-in pork loin chops for $1.49 a pound. Don't forget about their Marie Callender lasagnas or chicken pot pies for $8.99. They also have Freschetta pizza varieties, 2 for $9, and 3-pound packages of mandarin tangerines at $3.99 each. Wrap it all up with fresh whole pineapples at $2.99 each, and you have yourselves a great meal. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out into the Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, where you can watch a live video stream of tonight's contest between the Westside Pirates and the Soda Springs Cardinals. And right now it's a 29-16 lead for the Westside Pirates. And when we look at how they've gotten to this point in time, it's been a very even distribution of points by the Westside Pirates. 7 different players on the scoreboard. 7 points for Riley Long and Judd Ward with 6 points to lead all scorers for the Pirates. Joshua King with 5 points and 4 rebounds. 4 points for Tyler Meek, 3 points for Shaylor Thane. Maybe the shocker of it all is only 1 point for Peyton Brown so far in the game, as the Cardinals have done a very good job limiting him in the game to this point in time, but it has not necessarily been a problem with him, as he has been distributing the ball to other players in order to try and come away with some of those points. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, they've been led in scoring by Kyle Olson and by Josh Balls, 10 points between the pair with 5 points apiece. Tanner Myers with 3 points in the game on an and-one basket, and also 2 points for Dylan Downs with 1 point for Will Crest. The Cardinals shooting 2 of 5 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds in the game is all they've been able to gather down, as that has definitely been a problem for them. As they come back out onto the court looking for a spark, we'll see if they can get it going into the second half of action. We'll be back here with more on KBRV 800 The Bear with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
Are you feeling stressed? The Anxiety and Depression Association of America offers a few helpful tips to manage stress. Take a time out. Eat well-balanced meals. Get enough sleep. Limit alcohol and caffeine, which can cause anxiety and trigger panic attacks. And welcome humor. A good laugh goes a long way. If your stress level needs professional help, contact Mexico Therapeutic Services at 208-547-4550.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the District 5 Championship game on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Cardinals trailing the Westside Pirates 29-16 heading into the second half of action on your Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. It'll be the Soda Springs basketball to come out of the break as they will be working right to left on your video screen and radio dials. And it will be Josh Balls and Ridge Thompson to do the inbounding on the far side. Also on the court for the Cardinals, Henry Workman, Hiram Brown, and Tanner Myers as the starting five. Cardinals inbound it to Ridge Thompson, who goes to his right, gives off to Josh, and he'll pass it back into the hands of Henry Workman at the top of the key. Cardinals need a spark here in the second quarter to get themselves a little bit closer. You don't need it all back at once, but you need to start chipping into it as Tanner Myers stripped to the ball by Riley Long. He's going to push it all the way up the court himself, goes up for the layup, locked away by Hiram Brown, rebounded on the backside though by Riley Long. Another shot blocked away, and Shaylor Thane with the rebound this time, saved in back by Peyton Brown. Up ahead, the Cardinals do a little game of tic-tac-toe to lay it up and in as Josh Balls with his 7th point of the game lays it up. Beautiful pass from Ridge Thompson to set it up. That could be our play of the game. Brought to you on the game by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. Riley Long on the near side rises for a 3-ball. That's no good, and over the back foul is going to be whistled on Peyton Brown as he definitely got away with one, was going to get away with one, I should say, did not end up getting away with it as he reached over the back, and Peyton Brown ends up getting his 2nd foul of the game, 1st team foul in the second half of play. It'll be Ridge Thompson to bring the ball forward as he comes across the timeline with 7:04 to go. Cardinals up by 2 in the second half, but down by 11 overall, 29-18. Josh drives to his far side, and the ball almost goes out of bounds, picked up by the Pirates as they're going to steal this one away from the Cardinals and give off to Thane, who finds Judd Ward wide open. Another bunny by Judd Ward underneath the basket on the right side, lays it up and in for a 13-point play. And just smart passing there by the Pirates to find the man deep and get it to him quickly before the defense could get down and recover. Ridge Thompson back the other way for the Cardinals, holds the ball, guarded by Long, throws one to Josh Balls, who just scrambles to it, and Josh will come to his left, cuts into the lane, kicks outside to Henry Workman, who rises for 2 from 19 feet. Henry with his first basket of the game, cashes it in, and on the far side, Peyton Brown hit the deck. A foul's going to be called against Josh Balls as Peyton Brown and Josh Balls have been getting into a little bit of a scrum on the far side of the court. And with 6 minutes and 18 seconds left to go, the Westside Pirates will again inbound the basketball to bring it forward. Inbounds brought to you, of course, by Mountain View Dental as Josh King takes the ball at the left elbow, gives outside to Judd Ward. Ball poked away from him by Tanner Myers. He's going to push it up the court, cuts off, and a foul called on Judd Ward as he reached in on Tanner Myers to avoid giving him the easy basket. And it's going to send an inbounds play coming up for the Cardinals from underneath their own basket. 6 minutes and 4 seconds to go as the clock continues to hold up for the Cardinals. Plenty of time to work with, down by 11, 31-20. Josh Balls will get set to do the inbounding. Fakes a pass to his right, launches one deep to Ridge Thompson, who gives back to Tanner Myers to set up the offensive play. They'll find Workman at the near side elbow. He'll rise for another 2, rolls off the rim softly. Josh Balls fights for the board, but it's going to be Riley Long coming away with it with his 4th rebound of the game, and Shaylor Thane will come forward. Over to Long, he'll step in, 19-foot jumper up and good. Nothing but net on the way through. Riley Long with his 9th point in the game, and the Cardinals all of a sudden back down by 13, 33-20. Ridge Thompson holds the ball in the wing, gives outside to Myers, fakes a pass inside, gets a screen, goes all the way around. Joshua King standing in front of him, affects a shot that's up towards the shot. Henry Workman tries to save the ball going out of bounds, but it's going to be a rebound in favor of the Westside Pirates to bring back up the court as the officials talking things over underneath the basket. And it is going to be into the hands of the Westside Pirates. Up 33-20 with 5 minutes and 27 seconds left to go. And Shaylor Thane will bring it up the court. Right-handed dribble, comes straight across the timeline, and bounces one into the hands of Peyton Brown on the wing. Looks to his right, finds Thane. He'll use one dribble, gives back to Brown. Goes to his left, tries to drive to the free throw line, pulls up, puts up a shot, blocked away. No, they're going to call a foul on the play on the Cardinals, and 2 free throws will be coming up for Peyton Brown at the line. And Josh Ball is once again being called for the foul. It's his second and the team's second. Brown, who's 1 for 2 at the line so far tonight, will step to the stripe. And the first free throw is up, no good. Kicks out to the left side. And it'll be one more free throw coming up for Peyton Brown at the line with 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Trying to give his team a 14-point lead, which would be the biggest it's had all night. Sitting at 13, that's tied for the biggest. Brown sends the second one up. That's no good as well. Hiram Brown stripped to the ball, poked out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Joshua King. That's Josh's third, as Brown got the rebound and had it stripped away on an aggressive play by Joshua King. Almost was a turnover back to the Westside Pirates, but Soda Springs will try to take advantage of King's third foul, as he will have to check out of this game, and Judd Ward will check into the game for him. King will have to spend some time on the bench now, and we'll see if that affects the way the offense and defense is being run by the Westside Pirates. 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go as Rich Thompson brings it forward. Comes to the left side, looks in, now gives outside to Hiram Brown. He'll wait for somebody to come get the ball, goes inside, almost getting it to Henry Workman, as it's going to be thrown out of bounds off Henry Workman on his legs. Great save on the way out by Judd Ward to keep the Westside Pirates in possession with the basketball, and the Cardinals have their 7th turnover of the game. Both teams with 7 turnovers here with 4 minutes and 52 seconds to go. It'll be Shaler Thane to bring it forward over to the left side, as he's going to go into the paint, goes all the way to a 14-foot floater, lays one up and in softly. Shaler Thane, good chance at having her shot of the game there if it goes to a Westside Pirate. Brought to you by Gem Valley Surveyors. For all your surveying needs, call Wade at 208-425-9035. Cardinals will turn it back over on their end of the court, but not for long, as a jump ball is going to be called, as Josh Balls picked up Judd Ward and was able to force the tie-up, but the possession arrow is in favor of the Westside Pirates. Jump ball is brought to you by Erickson Racing and Repair. And Westside Pirates will get another inbounds play underneath their own hoop. Up by 15, 35-20 over the Cardinals, continuing to slowly climb the lead up in this third quarter of play midway through on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard with 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Thane on the ball, bounces it to the near side to Brown. He'll go all the way to his right, and a foul's going to be called as Workman and Brown get tied up. Brown goes off to his right as he and Workman definitely tempers getting on the edge of flaring up here between these two teams, as Workman picks up his first foul, bumped Brown afterwards, gave his hand to help Brown up after the bump, and Brown ran away from it. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go as Westside will get to inbound the ball. Inside pass kicked away by Kyle Olson. It'll remain a Westside inbounds play brought to you by Mountain View Dental. Dr. Jerry Walker and his staff, proud sponsors of Cardinal Sports. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left to go. 35-20 as Shaler Thane looks to inbound. Looks deep, launches one to Riley Long. He'll hold it top of the key, goes to his right all the way into the lane, finds Thane wide open, near side corner for three. Shaler drops it home. He's got 8 points, 5 straight points for the Pirates, and they lead by 18 over the Cardinals, 38-20. Inside the lane, Olson drives to the hoop. Foul called on the drive, though, as he ends up bumping in against, I believe it was Judd Ward, who tried to take the charge inside. The foul occurred well before that, though, at the free throw line, as Riley Long gets his second foul, the 4th team foul on the Westside Pirates. It'll be Josh Balls to do the inbounding now for the Cardinals from the near side, as he looks to his left, gives one into Olson. No, Olson wasn't looking for it, and it's thrown back into the hands of the Pirates. That's 9 turnovers for the Cardinals now, 4 of them coming in this second quarter of play, or second half of play. It'll be Brown to his left. Teardrop up off the back of the rim. No good. Ward with the board. Tied up. No, they're going to call a foul on the floor on the Cardinals after the rebound by Judd Ward. He gets his second board on the play. Foul picked up by Hiram Brown. And the second foul on Hiram Brown in the game for the Cardinals. 4 team fouls now, as Riley Harris will check into the game for Hiram Brown, give him a chance to take a breather on the bench, and Shaler Thane will once more get to do the inbounding on the baseline. Looks to his right, Now looks back to his left, lofts one deep. It'll be almost tipped away by Henry Workman, who's guarding Peyton Brown. Brown goes to his left at the top of the key, tries to drive in, cuts a pass underneath, outside of the reach of Judd Ward, loses it off his fingertips and turns it back over to the Cardinals for them to try and bring the ball up the court with 3 minutes and 31 seconds left to go. A little bit of sloppy play here by both teams, but that's partially because of very aggressive defenses being played by both of these two squads. Cardinals inbound. Josh Balls brings it up the court, right to left, pulls up on the wing, comes to his left and finds Dylan Downs on the wing. He'll rise for three, tries to bank it, no good. Rebound fought for and ripped down by Judd Ward, who's going to just avoid giving it back to the Cardinals, who closed in on him with a pair of players and gives off to Quinn Fuller to bring it forward. Quinn goes to his left, off to Thane. He'll drive and lane, pulls up at the free throw line. Teardrop again good. That's the second time he's done that. Quinn Fuller with his 10th point of the game leads the scorers for the West Side Pirates, and the Cardinals are down by 20, 40-20. Getting doubled up by West Side. Inside play. Riley Harris bumped on the play by Meek as they were trying to inlet the pass to him, and Meek is going to pick up his first foul of the game. 5th team foul on the Pirates, with 2 minutes and 55 seconds left to go, and Josh Balls to inbound the basketball. Lofts one up to Harris, who takes inside the three-point line. Back outside to Workman. He goes underneath to Olsen, who blows a layup on a reverse layup. Tough shot there. Couldn't quite get it to fall down. Quinn Fuller gives up ahead to Thane. He'll drive another teardrop and gets it to go. Shaylor Thane with 9 points, and a timeout is going to have to be taken by Greg Bergholm. It's a full timeout. We'll take one with him. Back after this, and what's turning into a rout for the West Side Pirates, 42-20, with 2 minutes and 38 seconds to go on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Agrium's mission is to help feed the world responsibly. A world of 7 billion people, growing to 9 billion by 2050. Agrium helps farmers meet this increasing demand by supplying the nutrients and products needed to grow healthy crops, which provides communities with food and income, leading to more investment in health, education, and infrastructure, while protecting the environment for future generations. Agrium, feeding the world responsibly.
Welcome back out to the District 5 Championship. A 42-20 score on the the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard, with 2 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the third quarter, as the Soda Springs Cardinals putting out some of their bench players, as it is going to be Dylan Downs, Riley Harris, Henry Workman, Morgan Steele, and Riley Simmons onto the court for the Cardinals, as they have been outplayed in this second half of play. It went from being a 13-point lead to a 22-point lead, and Westside's going to continue to pour on as Quinn Fuller takes the ball on the baseline on another steal. 10 turnovers now for the Cardinals, as Westside will bring it forward. Riley Long gives off to Fuller, who uses his dribble to go to his left. Gives back into Thane. Shaylor backs it up at the top of the key. Goes to his left. Beats Morgan Steele. Put him on ice skates and lays one up and in again. Shaylor Thane with 11 points in a quarter, as he is tearing the Cardinals defense up. Steele goes back to the right side. Riley Simmons pulls up, puts up a fadeaway jumper. That's off the side of the rim. No good. And the rebound goes out of bounds in favor of the Soda Springs Cardinals to get a chance to inbound the basketball underneath their own basket. Inbounds plays being brought to you by Mountain View Dental, as checking into the game for the West Side Pirates is going to be Zach Hobson, as he will get his second minutes in the game wearing the number 23 for the West Side Pirates. 44-20, the Pirates lead by 24 points against the Cardinals, as Kress gets the inbounds play, almost loses it, picks it up on the right side wing. Back to Steele. He'll rise for a deep three ball, just kicks off the back of the rim and is tipped out of bounds by Riley Harris, who is fighting for the board. 1 minute and 47 seconds left to go. 44-20. The Pirates in control of this game, as they'll bring it up left to right on your video screens at mylocalradio.com and radio dials for those listening on KBRV 800 The Bear, or on our sister stations 106.3 or 92.7. It'll be Riley Long to spin over to his right, cuts the free throw line, bounces one off to Meek, who's fouled on the play, and he's going to step to the free throw line for a pair. He's already 2 for 2 at the line with 4 points in tonight's game. As the lights flicker here And it is going to be Meek, as I said, at the free throw line with a pair and 1:30 remaining on the clock. Meek's first free throw, nothing but nylon on the way through. He continues to be perfect at the line. The Pirates continue to shoot well, as that is 8 for 10 at the free throw line. And almost make it 9 for 11, but the free throw no good. Saved almost on an offensive board by the Pirates. It's going to come out to Will Crest to bring it forward. Kicks one to the right side where Riley Simmons drives to the hoops. Teardrop is short, no good, but rebounded underneath by Harris. His putback's no good. Will Crest gets another chance at it, and he's going to be fouled to step to the free throw line. And it will be a foul picked up by Riley Long. His third foul with 1:15 left to go, and Will Crest puts up the front end. First free throw is good as Will goes to 2 for 3 from the free throw line with one more attempt coming up. Crowd here for the Cardinals. Shocked into a little bit of silence as Shaler Thane's going to check out of the game now, as Peyton Brown will check back in. Thane with 11 points in the quarter and 14 points overall, as Josh Balls will check back into the game for the Cardinals, with Morgan Steele taking the bench. Josh Balls to guard Peyton Brown, you have to assume, as Cress's free throw up and good on the second attempt. Makes him 3 for 4, and the Cardinals back within 23, 45-22. Ball brought forward by Riley Long. He'll go to his left, guarded by Dylan Downs, forces him back to his right. On the side of the lane, kicks out to Quinn Fuller. Steps back at 19 feet, banks one in and out, back in again. Quinn Fuller with a step back, gets himself his first bucket of the game. It's 47-22. Still that 25-point lead for the West Side Pirates. It'll be Josh Balls with the basketball, fires a pass to the right side of the top of the key where Crest takes the ball. He'll drive to the right side wing, fakes a pass in. Dylan Downs takes it outside the arc, puts a 3 in. That cuts it back down to a 22-point game on Dylan Downs' 5th point of the game. Dylan, a kid that could cut this gap down quickly as we cut to under 30 seconds to go, 47-25 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. Quinn Fuller brings it forward, gives off to Peyton Brown, who will back it up near half court as the Pirates look to hold for the final shot. Josh Balls guarding him out near half court. Brown comes to his right, backs into the corner, guards on the logo, looks to his left, continues to drive to his left. Josh Balls continue to stick with him, gets some separation. Brown back to the near side, drives to his right, into the lane, underneath pass to Meek. He'll go up for the shot, blocked away from behind. Rebound back to Meek, and he's fouled on the putback attempt with 1.4 seconds left to go. And Meek is going to be stepping to the free throw line once again for another pair. Foul goes on to Will Crest, his second foul and the 5th team foul on the Soda Springs Cardinals. And Meek will step to the line for the 5th time tonight, and his first free throw is no good. He has one more coming up. 47-25 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. It's been all West Side in the second half. Second free throw is no good as well. Meek able to get the board though, kicks outside to Long. His shot at the buzzer, no good, and it was late anyways. We'll head into the 4th quarter of play, 47-25. The Cardinals down by 22 to the Pirates. We'll take a break, back with more after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go fish, Dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Back out here for the start of the 4th quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. It'll be the Cardinals to inbound the basketball to open up the 4th quarter with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Dylan Downs goes to his right from the top of the key, rises, banks one in from the free throw line. Dylan Downs has his 7th point of the game. He's tied for the lead for Cardinal scorers with Josh Balls as it's back to a 20-point game, 47-27. Cardinals continue to chip into this big lead for the Pirates, trying to make it a little bit more reasonable for a championship game. As Peyton Brown, offensive foul, gets away with a push on Josh Balls, but the official calls it. That's going to be Peyton's 3rd foul and a turnover to the Cardinals to give them another chance to cut into this game. Seen crazier things happen than coming back from down 22 at the start of a quarter. The Cardinals will have to do something crazy to get it there. Josh Balls will bring it forward. Cardinals do have enough shooters to get that come back on the line, and Dylan Downs, one of those, will pass inside but throws it away as Olsen can't handle it and is picked off by Riley Long. He'll bring it up the right side, pulls it back out near half court as the Pirates will slow it down. Long looks to his left, asks for Thane to come out to get the basketball. Instead, Long looks to his right, tries to drive to his right, picks back to his left at the free throw line, bounces one backside, picked off by the Cardinals inside the lane, and Hiram Brown is going to be fouled on the play. I believe Joshua King, the one who gets the foul. No, it's actually going to go on Riley Long. It'll be his 4th foul. And a turnover back into the hands of the Soda Springs Cardinals. That's 10 turnovers for the West Side Pirates in the game now. 6 minutes and 55 seconds to go, and it'll be free throws coming up for Hiram Brown, 1-1 at the line. He's 0 for 1 at the stripe so far in the game. 18 fouls on the West Side Pirates, 6 on the Cardinals, so it's bonus the rest of the way through for both of these teams. As Hiram's first free throw is up and good to earn another one. Cardinals drop it to under 20 points to 47-28 as Westside will see Riley Long come to the bench and Quinn Fuller will check into the game. Brown with the right-handed shooting. Step to the line, spins it and fires it and gets it to go. He's got 2 for 3 at the line with his first points of the game to get it to an 18-point lead, 29-47, as Fuller will bring it forward. He'll come to his right, guarded by Olsen, bounce pass to Quinn Fuller. Gives back to Thane in the corner. He'll pull back and gives back up top to Fuller. Quinn goes to his left, up top to Brown, drives to his left. Brown all the way to the basket, bumped and fouled as Hiram Brown couldn't quite take the charge and is going to be whistled for his 3rd, and it's going to send Peyton Brown to the line. Peyton, again, a very quiet night so far as he only has 1 point in the game and has gone 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Chance to change that with a pair of free throws coming up here with 6 minutes and 34 seconds left to go. Peyton, the right-handed shooter, fires the first one and gets that one to drop down. Gives him 2 points in the game with 1 more coming up. 48-29 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Peyton gets the basketball back from the official, takes his time as he goes through his routine, fires the second free throw. That's nothing but nylon on the way down, and it's a 3 for 6 game for Peyton Brown from the free throw line with 3 points. Brown on the other side for the Cardinals. Hiram gives outside to Josh Balls. His 3-point shot goes up and over the backboard, out of bounds to the West Side Pirates for them to inbound underneath their own basket. Brought to you by Mountain View Dental. And Josh King will look to hand this one in. Goes to his right. Shaler Thane uses his dribble to give back over to Joshua King to push the ball up the near sideline. Picks up the dribble and gives off to Brown. He fakes a pass to his right. Now gives to King at the free throw line. One dribble, gives to Fuller, pump fakes and drives baseline, lays one up and in, and good from the left side. Excuse me, that is Judd Ward, not Fuller, and Judd's got double figures. He's got 10 points in the game to go with his 3 rebounds. Hiram Brown answers back with a deuce, standing on the line. 31-51, Hiram Brown with a deep shot from 19 feet. He's got 4 points, and the Cardinals back within 20, 51-31. It'll be Thane to the near side. Gives back to Brown, back up top to Thane. Looks to his left. Passes this one off to Fuller. Pass to the top of the key now. Gives it to Judd Ward, who gives it to Thane. Man defense being played by the Cardinals as the Pirates will continue to hound them beyond the arc and just continue to let the clock wind down as they take their time looking for easy baskets. Peyton Brown with the ball, gives it back out to Thane. They'll swing it off to Ward, who gives it to the corner. Rising for a 3-pointer there and missing it is going to be Fuller. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by the Cardinals, and it remains West Side basketball on the loose ball out of bounds. Tanner Myers, Hiram Workman, and Will Kress will step in. And it's back into the hands as taking a seat on the bench. Will Kress, Kyle Olson, and Dylan Downs will take a seat on the bench. 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. And the pass will be bounced in and through the hands of Brown, but he tracks it down on the far side as Peyton comes back to the half-court line and gives off to Riley Long. The senior looks to his left, drives to his left at the top of the key, now goes inside the three-point line before kicking it to Joshua King before being poked away. It'll remain West Side basketball to inbound from the far sideline. 51-31 still in the fourth quarter. 5:01 left to go. Cardinals down here in the District 5 championship game. And Riley Long will call a timeout, but they're going to say a 5-second call before he got the timeout called. And it will be back into the hands of the Cardinals with the Pirates' 11th turnover of the game. Third in this quarter, and the Cardinals can try and cut into it with the starters all on the court. It'll be Ridge Thompson running into a three ball, misses it badly. Rebound loose on the ground before being picked up by Josh King for his fifth, and he'll give up ahead to Shaler Thane to bring it up the court. Shaler crosses the timeline with 4 minutes and 45 to go. Near side, Ward is open for a two, can't get it to go. King again with the board is going to be fouled as he was falling down sandwiched between Josh Balls and Tanner Myers. And King is going to get his sixth rebound of the game as Tanner Myers picks up the foul. And that is going to send King to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws. 8th team foul on the Cardinals. First on Tanner Myers is the free throw up and good, with one more coming up. King perfect on the night, 4 for 4 so far. West Side has been phenomenal from the line. They continue that as King knocks home his second one as well and goes to 5 for 5. He's got 7 points on the night with 6 rebounds. And the two star players for the West Side Pirates, out of the 53 points they've scored, have only combined for 10 of them. It's been a very balanced effort from the West Side Pirates, something that if you're a team that is wanting to make it to the state championship game, you'd love to see. As Hiram Brown rises for 3 on his own, misses it badly off the front of the rim. Ridge Thompson there for the putback, though, gets his first basket of the game. And the Cardinals back within 20. 53-33 on the Summit Welding and Construction scoreboard. Peyton Brown, though, driving the court, lays one up, gets bumped as he's dropped down to the deck on the layup attempt. He's going to head to the line, comes up holding his nose, because I'm not sure if it's bleeding or not. As he's going to get a towel from the bench, wipes it off to make sure things are cleared. And Peyton will take it to the free throw line where he's got a pair coming up. Peyton, this is the only way he's been able to score so far in the game. And the first free throw is no good, kicks off to the left side. He's now 3 for 7 from the free throw line, as it has continued to be a little bit of a struggle for the West Side Pirates in the game tonight. One more free throw coming up for Peyton. Right-handed shooter sets it down through the nylon. And Peyton gets it to 4 for 8, continues to be 50% from the stripe. 54-33 on the Summit Welding Construction scoreboard. Tanner Myers drives in, banks one home. Cardinals back to a 19-point game as they're down 54-35. Shaler Thane to bring it forward. Cardinals playing full court pressure as Ridge Thompson's going to run up with Thane and keep him from getting into the three-point line. Gives off a trade as Long takes the ball, guarded by Ridge Thompson. And Long goes to his left, spins to his right, pulls out and gives to Meek. He uses one dribble, picks up the ball and gives back to Riley Long. He'll avoid a double team, cuts into the lane again, pulls up, finds Meek on the near side for 3. No, he passes up, gives back out to Long. They'll move it to Thane on the left side. And once more, it's the Cardinals continuing to defend on the outside as Thane goes to his left, kicks a pass to King. Joshua fakes to step in, now goes underneath, throws the ball behind him as out of bounds. There'll be a double dribble called on Joshua King, and a trail of turnovers continues for the West Side Pirates. Their 4th of the quarter, 9th of the game, 12th of the game. We'll have the Cardinals inbounding from the near side with another Mountain View Dental inbounds play. Ridge Thompson gets it into Kyle Olson, who hands back to Ridge to bring it forward as the junior for the Cardinals jogs it up the court. Pulls up on the wing, skips it to Olson, one dribble, rises for 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good, but the rebound poked all the way out to Riley Long to bring forward. The senior gives over to Peyton Brown. Pulls up in the corner, gives up top to Quinn Fuller, who steps up to the three-point line and pulls back out. Josh Balls guarding him on the outside. Fuller picks up his dribble and gives to Long on the right side wing. Back up top to Fuller. He swings it left side to Meek. Bounce pass to King. 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go. Cardinals within 19, 35-54 as King tries to drive to his right, beats Hiram Brown to the basket, and is fouled on the way up as Henry Workman had to step to the hoop to try and block off Joshua King, and picks up his second foul on the game. And Joshua King will have 2 more free throws coming up at the line. These will be the 7th and 8th free throws coming up in this quarter for the West Side Pirates, but King loses his perfect night at the line as that free throw wraps its way through the rim and drops out. 1 more coming up. And the right-handed senior shooter fires this one and can't get that to go as the rebound pulled in by Hiram Brown, and he'll give back off to Josh Balls to bring it forward. The senior kicks it out to the corner. Ridge Thompson, 3-ball, no good, tipped out of bounds, last touch by the West Side Pirates. And it's back over to the Cardinals to inbound underneath their own basket. Ridge Thompson's 3 well short off the front of the rim. Ridge has not been shooting well from beyond the arc lately, as he has definitely seen a struggle from beyond, and he'll check out as Riley Simmons will check into the game for him. Deep pass, Hiram Brown takes it at the top of the key, back inside. Josh Balls turns around, drops one through. Nice little turnaround, and Josh has scored in every quarter of the game and has 9 points overall, 37-54, with the ball being brought back up forward by Quinn Fuller. Comes to his right, pulls up at the top of the key and goes to his left. Gives back to Riley Long with 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the fourth. West Side up by 17 points, 54-37, and Long travels with the basketball as he caught by Will Kress and gives it back over to the Cardinals again. The 13th turnover now in the game for the West Side Pirates. 2 minutes and 9 seconds to go. The Cardinals continuing to try and cut into this lead as Kyle Olson brings it forward. He'll pull up his dribble, fires it to Riley Simmons. Riley on the sideline picks up his dribble and finds Hiram Brown. Guarded outside by Meek. Gives off to Olson. He'll rise from 27 feet. Can't get it to go. Rebound is going to be pulled down inside by Judd Ward, and he's fouled on the play. I believe Riley Simmons is going to be the one who's going to pick up the foul here, and that is exactly who they call it on. It'll be his first. Judd Ward gets his 4th rebound in the game. Will step to the line for 2 free throws as the Cardinals have put the Pirates into the double bonus. 1 minute and 51 seconds to go with the clock stopped here in the fourth quarter of play. First free throw to come from Judd Ward as he crouches, fires, and the right-hand free throw shooter drops it in. He's got 11 points in the game. Second leading scorer on the West Side Pirates behind Shaler Thane, who's got 14. And 9 points to Riley Long, a bunch of role players. We talked about this in the pregame show with Joshua King, one of the senior leaders for the West Side Pirates. And he said that the role players need to step up. Riley Long was his player that he said really needed to have a great game, but he's had some other good ones as well. And Judd Ward has definitely been one of those as he makes the second free throw and builds it back up to a 19-point lead, 56-37. And the Cardinals will inbound once again. Kyle Olson up ahead to Morgan Steele, who checked in for Josh Balls. Steele gives to Riley Simmons on the right side wing, fakes the pass, picks up his dribble, and gives to Will Kress at the top of the key. Will steps up into a 3 of his own, banks one deep, too far off the back iron. Rebound is going to be lost over to the right side and picked up again by the Pirates by Fuller, who throws it away. Up with a shot is Riley Simmons, who gets it to go. Riley with the steal and the 3-point opportunity coming up at the line. And Riley Long picks up his 5th foul, which will send him to the bench after a very solid game on the night as he finishes with 9 points and 5 rebounds for the West Side Pirates. Nothing to shake a stick at for sure. 39-56. It'll be Riley Simmons to the line. Short stance as he drops home the free throw, gives him his first points of the game, and it's down to a 16-point lead. The Cardinals continuing to cut into this. Ball brought forward by Quinn Fuller, pulls up as the defense flies by. He'll spin to his right with 1 minute and 21 seconds to go, backs it out. Near half court, guarded by Riley Simmons. He'll go to his left and passes the ball off to Kyle Nielsen. Mostly subs in for both teams now in this game as it's a battle of benches, with a lead at 56-40 in favor of the West Side Pirates with just over a minute to play. Fuller backs the ball out, has it poked away. Simmons dives for it. Tie-up is going to be called for another Erickson Racing and Repair jump ball. West Side in favor of the possession arrow. Will keep possession of the ball and have a chance to continue to work some more time off the clock with 58 seconds left to go. Again, all bench players out there on the court for both teams, as Quinn Fuller takes the inbounds play from Nielsen, is fouled on the far side by Riley Simmons, who picks up his second. That will send Fuller to the free throw line. He's got 2 points in the game so far to go with 2 rebounds. And the 5'11 junior will step to the line. Right-handed shooter. First free throw is up and good. Gives him 3 points now. Eight different Pirates have scored so far, as another new Pirate will check into the game, as that is Hunter Henderson getting his first minutes. The 5'8" junior checking into the game as Meek checks out. 56 seconds left to go. One more free throw coming up for Fuller, and the junior will not get the second of them. Rebound's going to be pulled down by Hobson, kicked up top to Nielsen. Kyle gives off to Fuller. He looks to his right and tries to get it to Henderson. Instead dribbles to his left. Now passes off to Henderson, and Hunter will take it in between the two circles. Goes to his right, pulls up at the wing, spins back to his left, guarded by Kyle Olson. Pass lofted into the paint. It's going to be picked off by the Cardinals. Another turnover forced as they'll give up to Simmons. Riley pulls the ball out, flips a pass into the paint. It was almost stolen away, but that's partially because of a foul that's going to be picked up by Hunter Henderson. And that is going to send Riley Simmons to the line for 1-and-1 free throws. Excuse me, that is the 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 free throws coming up for Riley Simmons at the stripe. 31 seconds left to go here, 57-40, and make it 57-41 as Simmons makes his first of 2. The Cardinals a perfect 6 for 6 in the second half, spread out between 3 different free throw shooters, and one more free throw up and off the back iron, no good. Will Kress gets the board. He's going to lay one up and in. The offensive putback will send him to the line for an and-one opportunity. And the Cardinals cut it down to a 14-point game, 57-43. And the Cardinals have had a great second half run here in the fourth quarter, as they've cut it down from as many as, I believe, 22 points in the game. And with the second for the free throw from Will Kress dropping through, it's down to a 13-point game, 57-44 with 25 seconds to go. And the Pirates will give off to Quinn Fuller to bring it up to Henderson. Hunter goes to his right. Hobson takes the ball there in the wing. Fakes a pass, now dribbles through the defense and kicks up top to Nielsen. 13 seconds to go. The Pirates just dribbling this one out now as Nielsen backs up near half court. The Cardinals not putting any pressure onto them at this point in time. And that is going to do it for this one, as a final score of 57-44 will see the Cardinals' hopes of a District 5 championship for the 3rd straight year come to an end. And we will take a break with the post-game show coming up next. The award ceremony on the next, as well as a recap of the final stats of this one. 57-44, your final score on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here's a look at your Lalaton's food specials for the week of February 25th through March 2nd in Soda Springs. We start off by looking at their bone-in pork loin chops for $1.49 a pound. Don't forget about their Marie Callender lasagnas or chicken pot pies for $8.99. They also have Freshetta pizza varieties, 2 for $9, and 3-pound packages of mandarin tangerines at $3.99 each. Wrap it all up with fresh whole pineapples at $2.99 each, and you have yourselves a great meal. Those are just some of your specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into our post-game show as the Westside Pirates accepting their District 5 championship trophies and medals as Coach Tyler Brown acknowledging the crowd right now. Let's take a look into our post-game show, and we start off with a look at our final stat recap for this one. The Soda Springs Cardinals end up falling by a final score of 57-44 to the Westside Pirates, and the Westside Pirates were led in the game by a threesome that is not the names you would have expected, as they were led by Shaylor Thane, 14 points in the game and 2 rebounds, Judd Ward with 12 points and 4 rebounds, and Riley Long with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Peyton Brown and Joshua King, only 11 points between them in the game. That is a very off night for them, but something that I think if you're a Westside Pirate fan, you take a lot of heart in, as they were definitely able to come away with some solid play on the game there from some of their role players. Other players to score in the game for the Westside Pirates: Tyler Meek with 5 points and 2 boards, Kyle Nielsen with 3 points and no rebounds, 3 points and 2 rebounds for Quinn Fuller, and 4 points and 4 rebounds for Peyton Brown. Joshua King, 7 points and 6 boards. The Westside Pirates went 15 for 25 from the free throw line, 26 rebounds in the game, and had 13 turnovers. If there's one thing that they need to clean up, it's the 6 turnovers they had in the fourth quarter of play. On the other side, for the Soda Springs Cardinals, who finished the regular season at 18-8, they look to a leading scorer of Josh Balls with 9 points in the game, 7 points from Dylan Downs, 5 points apiece from Tanner Myers, and from Kyle Olson, 4 points for Hiram Brown and for Riley Simmons, 2 points apiece for Rich Thompson and for Henry Workman. And that wraps up the scoring that they had. Will Kress also with 6 points and 3 rebounds. Cardinals only 16 rebounds so far in the game, and that is really the point where they need to get better at if they're going to win some games at state. 16 rebounds is not something you can expect to see and win games at the state championships, but they'll have time to work on that, as they will be playing on Thursday at 1:15. On Thursday, they will be taking on most likely St. Mary's at Capitol High School. The Westside Pirates will be taking on the West Jefferson Panthers in their first game at state in the 8 o'clock game. That wraps up the recap. We'll take a look at our shot of the game and play of the game when we come back next, as well as our sports update on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the post-game show, and we are joined here with a final interview of the postseason until the state tournament starts up, that is, with Brent Erickson, one of the assistant coaches. We'll make this quick, Coach. Just a couple of questions for you on this one. The fourth quarter for you guys, I really think, is what I want to focus on for this. 19 points. You outscored them 19-10 in that fourth quarter. What changed in the atmosphere on the bench for the kids going into that fourth quarter of play?
Well, we had some younger kids out there too, and it was the first chance they got to be out there on the court, so they're coming out with a lot of energy. They want to make a good performance. In Westside, at one time they had their starters out there too, but I think the kids wanted to finish this game with a little bit of pride and not get beat by 20 plus, and we ended up getting beat by 13. But Westside took control of this game from the tip, and they never looked back. And you got to give your hands up to Westside. Those 5 seniors, they start out there. They were not going to lose this championship game, and they come out and they outplayed us in both ends of the court.
You look at those seniors, and I think this is a good learning experience for the Cardinals, especially moving into the state championship game, because Westside, they're a team that definitely has a chance of getting into that state championship game, especially on the side of the bracket, as are the Cardinals still moving forward too. But this is kind of a good warning, in my opinion, on you can't go to the state tournament and not be able to get into the paint, and you can't get 16 rebounds in the game and expect to come away with a win.
No, you can't. And that's, is it something you want as a coach to lose this district championship game? No, but maybe it's a wake these kids up again, and after they won 2 big games, we beat Bear Lake in overtime, which we should have beat Bear Lake, and then we ended up that exciting win we got Wednesday night against Westside. I don't think the kids just thought, what, we've got it won now, but it's a good wake-up call for them. Now they know what they got to do. They can't show up like this and expect to win.
And final question for you, Coach, is next week you got 3 nights to prepare as you get ready for the Thursday afternoon game, the 1:15 game. A lot of young kids on this team that have not necessarily experienced the state championship. You do have the seniors on the team as well, though, that have been there. How do you get the kids, especially when they are the first game of the day? That first game is always a tough one to be in because they don't see the environment leading up to it. What do you do in the next 3 days to get the kids ready for that environment that's going to be at Capital High School?
Well, we played the 1:15 game last year too, so it's nothing new to us as a coaching staff, and we'll leave around 9 o'clock Wednesday morning, and we've got a practice Wednesday afternoon about that time we play. So that's kind of how we prepare the kids, practicing that time of day. And we've got Tanner was there, Josh Balls was there, Rich Thompson was there last year, so we've got some kids. I think Kyle Olson dressed down. We've got some kids, Dylan Downs, that were there at the state tournament last year and watched that team make that run to the state championships. So it isn't like we're inexperienced, and Coach Bergholm has plenty of experience getting there. So we'll have the kids prepared, but that's what we're looking at. We play St. Mary's. We're not pretty sure we're going to play St. Mary's. There's still a chance they could get beat twice, but it's probably not going to happen. But we don't have any film on St. Mary's, but we've got some stats on them. We know who their players are that we got to watch out for. So as far as planning for St. Mary's, there's not much we can do defensively. It's just that we know the kids that score for them and who we got to shut down.
Well, Coach, we'll be over there watching. We won't be video casting those games. Idaho Sports will be the place for those of you listening in and watching in at mylocalradio.com. We will still have an audio-only feed there, and you can listen in to the Cardinals as they continue to push on through and try to make another run towards the state championship game. Coach, thank you so much once again for coming up and talking with us. We're going to look over to another coach who was at the state championship game. Wade Schwaneveld joins us on the post-game show here with our sports update from the Soda Springs girls basketball team.
Caleb Bergraff here for one final time with the head coach of the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals in a wrap-up interview, and Coach Wade Schwaneveld joining us now. And Coach, when you look at the way that the team was able to perform this year, 21-6 the final record, obviously you didn't win the game that you wanted to win. Every team wants to win at the end of the year. But when you look at this season as a whole, what were your thoughts on the way that the team performed and lived up to or did not live up to expectations?
The goal, of course, is go 27-0, but not many teams get that chance. And 21 games is a good accomplishment. I thought the girls played hard and had a lot of fun, and we enjoyed the journey. We had a lot of good memories, and that day we went to the elementary school and helped with the kids, and that's a pretty special day. So I thought overall things were pretty good.
When you look at where this team came from, to a lot of youth on the team, a lot of girls who got their first first experiences of playing at the varsity level. How much does the growth of this year's team really start to build on what can start happening in the next couple of years when you look at how young the team was?
I think a lot of that depends on what happens this summer. We did lose 3, very important seniors to our program. They're just really good kids, high character kids, and that's what we need. And so we need somebody to fill those shoes. And then it depends on what young kids come up and how we progress in the summer.
Looking at some of the youth on the team that you're going to be getting back next year, the sophomore class I think is one that is one of the better ones that this school is going to be seeing go through. Looking at Casey Smith, looking at Jesse Belknap, looking at Kat McCullough, and the rest of the sophomores there with them. What's the ceiling for that team, and how excited are you for next year with them plus your juniors and your freshmen coming back once again? That ceiling depends on them. If they stay stagnant, if they're fine with that right now, then we won't be very good next year. But if they put in the work and we join that, we have some good juniors, we'll be seniors next year. If they put in the work, we'll be competitive. And if they don't, then we won't. Do you think the fact that you guys came close to being able to come back against West Jefferson in the state championship and having been close to getting that state title is going to be something that could inspire them and really give them that drive and that desire to get back to that point and overcome the struggles that they had in that championship game? I don't think so. I think that if that drive is there, it's going to be there. If it's not there, then that game's not going to help them. That drive they have to almost be born with that. And if they can, use that to fuel their fire, I like to say, but I don't know if they will. It just depends on what they want to do. They can either be really good next year or we can be, average. One final question for you, Coach, and that now looks to the freshman class as well as the 8th grade class that's coming up into this. What are some of the kids? Are there any kids that you really think will be able to help and contribute right away to that class that are maybe some names that people don't know? And also from the JV team early on, and you're way too early to take a look at the team next year, who are some of the kids that you really think could be those contributing members? Really, the only obvious ones are Kirsten and Lex, because they're the only seniors that are going to be there that were already there this year. There's Lexi Patterson. If she plays, she'll be a senior, and she could help us too. But other than that, they're the only ones that for sure will be varsity players. If you're a senior, the rest of them, you just never know. There could be somebody that was a sophomore this year and not make the team. If somebody works harder, I'm the coach that I don't care how old you are or all that stuff doesn't matter to me. Just whoever shows up this summer and who shows up on 1st November and gets the job done will be on the varsity team, and we'll try and win games from there. Coach, thank you so much for the time all throughout the year, and good luck to you guys as you continue to work through the summer and hopefully continue to build on to next year. And we'll hopefully be talking about a different situation next year with the Cardinals again being state champions. Thank you so much again for the time. Thought that we had a good year. I always want to, do better, but it is what it is, and we gave our best effort, and that's all we can look at. There isn't a big effort thing, and if we give our best effort, then we'll be happy with where we're at.
That was Coach Wade Schwanevelt from the Soda Springs girls basketball team wrapping up what was a great season for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, taking 2nd in the state. The Soda Springs Cardinals boys are going to be going over to try and do the same thing as they are the number 2 seed playing in the 1:15 game, most likely against St. Mary's. They play Grangeville tonight, and Grangeville has to win a pair of games in order to knock off the St. Mary's Lumberjacks, as that will most likely be the Cardinals' opening round game. We have one more piece of business to take care of before we move into our look ahead. That's our sports update, and or the rest of our sports update. But before we get to that, our shot of the game tonight, we have to take a look at that stuff. Our shot of the game comes back from the first quarter. Kyle Olson on a 3-point play. He got the offensive rebound beyond the arc as it dribbled all the way out to him, and he was able to drop home the 3-pointer. That made it 12-6 and gave the Cardinals a little bit of life in the back half of the first quarter of play. As far as our play of the game, though, I don't think there's any other person I can give that to but Shaler Thane. His third quarter dropped 11 points on the Cardinals. That broke the game wide open as he cut the Cardinals to pieces on his work to the basket. 11 points in the quarter, 1 3 and 4 twos from inside the line for the senior point guard for the Westside Pirates. That's our play of the game, brought to you by Trail Canyon Lodge Bed and Breakfast in Soda Springs. As far as the rest of our sports update is concerned, taking a look at the Soda Springs wrestlers over at the state championships. They have one wrestler still in the championship bracket as Stephen Fryer won both of his matches, one over Chad Dickerson from St. Mary's, the other one over Zane Meckham from West Jefferson. Dylan Farnes, Devin Adams, and Kelby John all still wrestling in the consolation bracket as they went 1-2 today. And Nathan Lau and Jacob Housley unfortunately dropping out of the state championship contention. Jacob Housley going 0-2, but a great effort in his second match. And Nathan Lau going 1-2 as he got a win over Grangeville's John Asker on a pin in the second period, and then lost his first match and his second match. Lost his first match on a 5-4 decision that I was talking to Coach Cliff Garbett was very, very close, much closer than the score would, or you would indicate from your normal just thought process going into that. As far as North Gem, the North Gem wrestlers are also in action over at the state wrestling tournament as we wait to see if track wrestling will open up the results for the North Gem wrestlers as we get set to try and take a look at how they ended up doing. They have 2 wrestlers still in the championship bracket as well. As again, I'll wait for my computer to work out as Tristan Thompson is working his way through the championship bracket as he went 2-0. Dawson Barfus also went 2-0. James Rindlisbaker ended up winning his first match, losing his second, winning his third match with a win over Decker Blue from Salmon. Also, Chance Williams was able to win his third match as well to stay alive in the consolation bracket. So all 4 North Gem wrestlers still alive. North Gem sitting in 14th place in the team standings. Grace, the only other team from Caribou County that's still in the bracket. They have 1 in the championship bracket still, as they are looking to Bracken Anderson as their 1 man still alive in the championship bracket. He's the 120-pound weight class. Other than that, Cash Spencer ended up losing his second round match against Kelby John as he ended up losing and getting knocked out in the 98-pound weight class. Lincoln Skinner was able to come back after losing his first and win his next 2. Mark McGregor did the same thing and was able to move on in the consolation to tomorrow. And wrapping it all up, Justin Partain unfortunately not able to move on. He won his first match and then lost his second 2 to the heavyweight divisions, and he is out of the championship round and out of the state championships. That's a look at your sports update. We'll take one more break and take a look ahead at what's coming up next on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
You can be as lazy as the president. No, not golfing. In a brand new Lazy Boy recliner from Sanders Furniture and Appliance on Main Street in Soda Springs. They're celebrating President's Day all month long in the furniture department. Appliances, you say? Shop top name brand appliances Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with rebates and in-store savings. Sanders has the highest volume of inventory in their entire 80-year history. So shop for selection, shop for savings, or shop to be lazy. But shop this month at Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
IdaGrow is a farmer's best friend. At Soda Springs Phosphate LLC, we produce pelletized gypsum for soil and turf. IdaGrow pelletized gypsum, clean and virtually dust-free. Call us at 208-547-3494 to learn more about how Soda Springs Phosphate can be your source of this non-toxic, non-corrosive sulfur and calcium for your soil. Soda Springs Phosphate, a proud supporter of Soda Springs Cardinals. Soda Springs Phosphate, 547-3494.
Welcome into your look ahead, brought to you by Soda Springs Phosphate LLC in Soda Springs, and looking ahead at what is coming up next for us on our broadcast schedule. We're going to be over at the State Championship Wrestling Tournament tomorrow. We won't be doing anything online at mylocalradio.com, but if you want to tune into KBRV 800 The Bear, we'll be doing sporadic live updates throughout the day to keep track of how the Soda Springs wrestlers are doing at the State Championships. We just went over who all is left, and we'll be doing that for Soda Springs Grace and North Gem on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as on 106.3 and on 92.7. We'll also be trying to catch up with Michael Wilding and the Bear Lake wrestlers, as well as they have several wrestlers still live in the state championships for their part as well. Also, don't forget, next week we're going to be over in Boise at the state championships. Grace and Soda Springs both in action as they both have 1:15 games on Thursday afternoon. We'll be doing the Soda Springs game on Thursday afternoon, and then we will be playing it by ear on whose games we do after that one, as it'll be moving forward from there. But again, tune in at 12:50 on Thursday afternoon for the Soda Springs Cardinals and the most likely St. Mary's Lumberjacks on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, as plenty is on the way here on KBRV as we wrap up the winter sports season and get ourselves ready for baseball season that is just around the corner. We're going to be doing broadcasts of baseball games as well as we continue on here. That's your look ahead, brought to you by Soda Springs Phosphate LLC. Ida Grow is a farmer's best friend. At Soda Springs Phosphate LLC, they produce pelletized gypsum for soil and turf. Thanks again for tuning into the Cardinals postgame show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I would also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager, Kim Miller, and general manager, Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, the final score of tonight's game, 57-44. The West Side Pirates come away with a big victory to move themselves into the state championship game at 8 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at the Real Dairy Shootout at Capitol High School. For tonight's videographer, Ben Jacobson, great job on camera all season long. It's the last time he'll be on camera for me. He'll probably be over at the state championships doing some filming, though. I'm Caleb Burgraff. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we've covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.